On this week's episode of BJ in the Morning, we are going to be talking about the sequel trilogy. Let's go. Welcome to BJ in the Morning, your favorite dirty named podcast with even dirtier takes on movies, TV, and pop culture. My name's Brendan.
And I'm Juan.
And Juan, today, it's another episode of Bad Movie Summer.
Bad Movie Summer.
And we're talking about the sequel trilogy. The sequel to what?
They do the sequel trilogy
to what?
To Star Wars.
Yeah, the only sequel trilogy that most people talk about.
Also known as AKA the Skywalker saga. Right?
Yeah, because there's other movies now in the Star Wars universe.
Right. Is it in a whole? Is it the Skywalker saga? Is that including
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. That's
9.
it.
Yeah, 9.
That's
we
it.
Stop at 9.
For now, they've
9
already announced
movies.
more.
9 movies. So Brendan.
So Juan.
We're talking about the Skywalker saga, aka sequel trilogy.
Yeah, specifically the new trilogy.
Before we get into that, tell me about your thoughts about the Skywalker saga in a whole. Not the sequel trilogy.
The whole thing?
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, okay. So the original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, not the sequel trilogy. Because we're talking about the sequel trilogy.
During Bad Movie Summer. Yeah.
Let's get into it. Original trilogy. It's got its moments. It's mostly great, right? We love the world that it established, the world that it built, the characters that we've known to love. I think for the time, it made the most sense for this type of movie, and starting in the 70s and working its way up. It set new records and broke ground on special effects. I'm not talking CG. At the time, it was all practical effects. They were doing some amazing work with miniatures and things like that. The twist of Darth Vader being Luke's father and Leia's father, that's a big deal, right? It's still something that's referenced in pop culture to this day. And then we were kids when the prequel trilogy came out, right? So episode 1 came out in the 90s. We were like the prime age group for that movie. I still remember loving the pod racing scenes and Darth Maul, and then it got darker as it went because we're watching Anakin become Darth Vader. And, as an adult, we watch a lot of these movies and maybe they don't hold up like they used to because, to be fair, I think Star Wars is made for kids, That's why we don't like Jar Jar Binks and why some people don't like the Ewoks and things like that, right? It's those things that are made for kids and made to sell toys. They kind of get into your head a little bit, and I think that's why a lot of people dog on some of Star Wars. Yeah. But overall, I'm a Star Wars fan. I like the dark side. I like the Empire. I think they had cooler ships and cooler bad guys, like compared to Luke Skywalker. Yeah. Farm boy.
Who, as a whole, right, is supposed to be like one of the strongest force wielders in all the galaxy. But do we ever see that part of him in the saga?
Luke?
No.
No,
we don't.
We hear about it.
We got the books that are canon, right, of what he's done after the
trilogy.
The OG
trilogy.
Yep. We have he wasn't he in that Battlefront game where he's doing a little bit more?
Yeah.
Jedi stuff.
All of them are though, right?
But nothing in the movies convinced me that he is the all-time
the
chosen powerful force being.
No, and that's the thing, right? Is like he is supposed to bring balance to the force, which they do a lot of that in the prequels. The rule of, you need to have one good to one bad, or however it works out at the end. But I feel like the problem with Luke is timing, like when those movies came out, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with like Vader and Obi-Wan's fight in A New Hope. They didn't know how to choreograph these fights practically, right? Without special effects, without the use of computers, right? And that's why we see more epic fights in the prequels and the sequel.
Yeah.
Because we have the technology and things make a bit more sense. And plus, like, imagine building like some of those suits back in the day. They weren't as comfortable as today's, and I doubt today's are comfortable.
And I'm going to make a weird comparison here before we move on to the sequel trilogy. Mm-hmm. I compare, like, when I'm thinking about Luke being this all-powerful being, I'm thinking like in the Avatar, where he's the Avatar. Mm-hmm. He has all these powers.
Yeah, he's got all of the bending.
He's got all the bending. He keeps order, mm-hmm. right? And everyone's scared of him.
Yeah.
Right? Or should be.
They respect him.
They respect him and should be afraid of
his power.
Of breaking the chain mm-hmm. of the order, I guess. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then we see Aang not do any of it. Mm-hmm. Like for a long time. Mm-hmm. And then he's slowly learning, but not really up to par with being an Avatar.
Right. Because he's a kid.
And then you got your series finale, where he is just full-blown Avatar status.
Yeah.
Beating the crap out of the Fire King. Mm-hmm. And that's what you expect when you watch Luke. He's A New Hope. He doesn't even know how to use the Force.
Right.
Empire Strikes Back. He's learning mm-hmm. from Yoda. Mm-hmm. The
Return of
the Jedi. I blanked. Mm-hmm. He's almost there, mm-hmm. but it's like we don't see him do anything spectacular.
Yeah, and like he definitely lets like his anger get the best of him when he's fighting Vader and like Palpatine at the end. So like I don't know, we don't really see the lightsaber duels in the prequels, and then the sequels are just better.
The best Luke we've seen on screen mm-hmm. is in The Mandalorian.
The most powerful, right?
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Which makes sense after all the time that has passed. But
I have a theory about Luke in the sequels that I'd like to get into when we get to the sequel trilogy.
So that brings us mm-hmm. to the sequel
trilogy. We made it.
And shall we just start with the first movie?
I think we should start with something else first.
Oh, okay.
And that being, if you're listening right now, you should go out and give us a review on any of the podcast listening apps, because it would really help us out. Just drop a 5-star if you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, drop a 5-star anyways, and then just continue with your life. If you're wanting to watch us on YouTube, you can go over to YouTube at
BJ in the Morning Podcast
and drop us a follow, a subscribe, a like, a comment, all that good stuff, because it'll help us grow as well. And,
of course,
if you're bored and want to go check out our social media, we have those like TikTok and Instagram at
BJ in the Morning _.
So you can go and interact with us, interact with our posts, and
and we reply
most of the time.
We reply.
Yeah, and speaking of comments, we got a comment on Spotify the other day. Another one from our dear friend of the show now, Music Lopez. So it was from our Minecraft episode when we talked about the Minecraft movie, and it said that this podcast is what did it say? I'm trying to remember.
The Jason Momoa.
It's the Jason Momoa of podcasts. And that's like the best compliment you could ever get.
That's pretty awesome.
We're the Jason Momoa of podcasts. Which, to be fair, I don't think we are, but I want to be.
We want to be.
We want to be. So help us get there. And now let's jump into the sequel trilogy.
Oh, but thank you very much to Music Lopez.
Yeah. And everyone else who's supporting us, like our friend over on YouTube.
Oh, Evan.
Yeah.
Evan Larman. I don't remember his YouTube name. You know what? We'll get to that. But yeah, shout out to Evan. He shouted us out on his YouTube page, which is pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome. Thank you so much.
And we really appreciate everybody who...
We'll put a link to his YouTube in the description.
Oh, let's do that. Yeah. We'll do that. We'll put that in the description.
And then now we're going to jump into the sequel trilogy.
Sounds good.
Start us off, Juan.
We're starting with the first one.
The
Force Awakens.
Seventh one.
The seventh movie. The Force Awakens. The Force needs 5 more minutes.
The Force took a power nap.
The Force is not quite awake yet.
But it's gonna.
So, this is a 2015 American epic space opera film. Co-produced and co-written by and directed by J.J. Abrams. And it is the sequel to Return of the Jedi. Set 30 years after the Return of the Jedi, The Force Awakens follows Rey, Finn, Poe, and Han Solo's search for Luke Skywalker and their fight in the Resistance led by General Leia Organa and the veterans of the Rebel Alliance against Kylo Ren and the First Order, a successor of the Galactic Empire. So, we have new characters. We got Rey. Who's Rey?
Someone.
We don't know.
She's a scavenger on Jakku. Jakku. And she's scavenging and surviving in the desert. Seen this before.
And we got Finn,
who was a stormtrooper who didn't want to be a stormtrooper anymore.
Currently is a stormtrooper at the start of this movie.
Yeah, he's a stormtrooper. Who
Poe.
doesn't want to be a stormtrooper.
We got Poe.
He's a pilot for the Resistance.
A badass pilot, nonetheless.
And we'll find out later that it's because he was a spice runner.
And we got Kylo Ren.
A.K.A. Ben Solo. A.K.A. Han and Leia's kid. A.K.A. Wannabe Darth Vader.
Vader's grandson.
Wannabe Vader, but OG Vader, not Redemption Arc Vader.
Right. And then they're bringing back old characters too.
Yeah, like Han
Solo.
Leia. Chewie.
C-3PO. R2-D2.
Yeah, they got to be in every single one. And maybe Luke.
Luke at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome. They would still be around most likely.
I do want to point out though, for all 3 movies, these movies are visually fantastic.
Yeah, they look great.
They are so entertaining to watch that it pisses me off that the story is off.
Yeah. So my thing with The Force Awakens is it is basically A New Hope retold, right? It's got the same kind of beats. There's a piece of information they need. They're going to try to find the piece of information. Then they're going to find the information. And it's basically retelling the same thing, which if anyone's heard the interviews with Lucas before, George Lucas, his whole thing with Star Wars is that it's poetry and it's cyclical and it repeats itself. So that's why it feels like the same kind of thing in each movie, each trilogy. And this one feeling like A New Hope, like kind of that style and that energy of it all made sense.
Well, it makes sense, but at the same time, they tried so hard to, like you said, it has the same beats as A New Hope, but they tried so hard to make it different that it was not working.
Right.
So like with Rey, they try to make her mysterious, and it just came off like they didn't know.
They didn't know, yeah.
Like they made it a point to be like, "Who are you?"
Every time.
I'm Rey.
Rey who?
Rey who?
I don't know.
I don't know. Who are your parents? I don't know. I just remember a ship flying off when I was a little girl.
Yeah, and that's the main thing going on in the third movie of the trilogy. So,
and it's like, okay, we don't know who Rey is. Cool. This is a fresh movie. It's new to us.
Yeah,
we're trying to follow.
Yeah,
right. And then we got Kylo Ren. His opening sequence is badass.
Yeah,
it's killer. The sound effects in that is amazing. It's like watching in the theater the first time. I was like, you could hear the blaster, the one that was crackling.
Yeah, when he froze in there. Yeah, yeah. And then in that scene you have Poe, who's like comedic relief. What's his name? Oscar Isaacs.
Yep.
Great, love him. This character though is they're trying too hard to make an over the top Han Solo. Like that's his character, right? He's a cocky pilot like Han Solo. And
it almost seemed like they were setting up for him to go against Han Solo, with Han Solo being in the movie, or like Han Solo being like, "You can't replace me." Yeah, but that didn't happen.
No,
they didn't even meet, did they?
I don't remember, honestly. It's been so long since I've watched this one.
So. And then Kylo Ren turns out to be just this little bratty kid with a temper.
Yeah, he's got temper tantrums because his parents loved him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it's like, how are you the leader?
Yeah, of this whole thing
of the New Order, and it's like you were just a kid. You're like a kid with anger issues.
He's definitely an angsty teenager. He listens to a lot of My Chemical Romance and screams in his room all the lyrics to I'm Just a Kid by Simple Plan. But honestly, his parents did nothing but love him, and he still tried to destroy the universe and ended up killing his dad.
It's like completely like, it's so easy to tell that it's more of a... He's torn between being good and bad, right?
Yeah.
His grandfather was bad, but his parents are good. And I don't know what to do. And it's like, how about you follow the advice they're trying to give Rey the whole 3 movies and just be yourself?
Yeah. Not yet, though.
You can be yourself.
Not yet, though.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So... there's not a whole lot we need to talk about in the first movie.
Yeah, because the whole thing is they're trying to find Luke.
They're trying to find Luke. Yeah. They're trying to find Luke, and they're on a mission, and it's visually pleasing, and this is not the worst movie of the sequel saga.
Yeah, and this is the one where we have the desert planet starts, and then there's an ice planet. The Starkiller base is pretty sick. Like a planet-sized Death Star, like bigger than the Death Star, more impressive than the Death Star. Guess what? They blow it up.
Cool.
The good guys blow it up. Han Solo dies.
Han Solo does die.
And it's sad. But this movie, for old timers like us from the OG days, we're not really from the OG days, but like this movie was Han Solo's movie. Like it was all about him trying to reconnect with A, his ship, B, his son.
In that order.
Basically. Yeah. Like him and Leia aren't really talking anymore. We don't really see Luke till the end. This is Han Solo's movie. It's his chapter in this story.
But that part of the movie is a very, very important turning part of what we thought the saga would be because Kylo Ren is choosing the dark side.
He needed to kill Han Solo, his dad, to fully embrace the dark side because he's a fake Sith. He's trying really hard to be a Sith and he's not. He's not. That's why his lightsaber goes because he messed up.
It's synthetic.
He messed up putting like what's it called when you do this to your kyber crystals? I should know this. I can't think of the word right now. But to make a red lightsaber, you got to put all your hatred into a crystal to change it from its normal blue, green, purple, whatever they are, and that's why it becomes red. He failed. That's why his lightsaber looks the way it does.
Has a little bit of good.
Yeah, because he's not fully bad, but he knows what he needs to do, but he doesn't think he has the strength to do it.
Right.
And he says that in almost every episode of this trilogy.
Also with Finn. I
forgot about him.
I loved the idea. Idea of Finn being a Jedi, which they teased.
Yeah.
They teased it
in the
trailers,
third one.
And they teased him being force sensitive, and he's holding the lightsaber. What does he do when he gets the lightsaber? He doesn't know how to use it.
Yep.
Which makes sense. Well, like this whole saga is trying to make you look at these characters as real people.
Yep.
Especially Luke Skywalker, who we meet at the end of the movie.
And who has more to do in the second movie, which is The Last Jedi.
The Last Jedi.
Because Luke pulled a Yoda and has been living alone, and this is where my theory comes into place.
And this is where it goes downhill.
I really don't like this movie. I don't know a lot of people who do. But this movie makes me feel like if you're a Force-using Jedi who secludes himself all by themselves in the middle of nowhere, you go crazy. The Force makes you go mad. Look at Yoda.
Yeah.
He was insane at the end of his life on his little swamp island in his little hut compared to when we saw him in the prequels, right? Yeah. So Luke, perfectly sane, perfectly fine in the original trilogy. And then we see him on this island, and he is not the Luke we remember. He doesn't seem badass. He seems like a grumpy old man who's like, get off my lawn.
So this movie was written and directed.
Was it Colin Trevorrow?
Rian Johnson.
Oh, Rian Johnson. Colin Trevorrow worked on the third one, I think.
And this is where it took down like a downhill spiral,
basically,
because of Ryan's vision didn't add up.
Yeah, he was really trying to get off the cyclical nature of Star Wars and try to make something new, and it felt more like a I don't know. It was trying to be 17 different movies, like. It was trying to be Casino Royale. It was trying to be like
Ocean's
a children.
11.
Yeah, it was trying to be like a children's adventure movie, i.e., like The Goonies. You know, it was trying way too hard, and it honestly felt silly throughout the entire movie. Not funny, like straight silly, over the top. I will say there's some really great visuals towards the end of this movie. I think a lot of the practical effects that they pulled out were really awesome. My favorite part of this whole movie is just that last fight on, what's the planet at the end called? Do you remember? The one with the red salt?
Oh, no.
I don't remember. It's like, I don't want to say Sakara. That sounds wrong. That sounds like Guardians of the Galaxy. But yeah, that planet, cool as heck. But it was definitely a ripoff of Hoth.
So let me read you the synopsis. The Last Jedi follows Rey as she seeks the aid of Luke Skywalker in hopes of turning the tide for the Resistance in the fight against Kylo Ren and the First Order. While General Leia Organa, Finn, and Poe attempt to escape the First Order attack on the dwindling Resistance fleet. Yeah, this is short synopsis.
I've forgotten a lot of this movie. I have not watched it since I watched it the first time. I don't really have any drive to go back and watch it again. I will say, like I said, that last fight where Luke really lets out everything and fights off.
As a force overdose.
That fight is sick. Also, Holdo running the ship into light speed through the Star Destroyer is the coolest moment in Star Wars, period. Seeing that in the theater and everyone went silent when it flashed and it's just these glowing pieces of the ship, the coolest thing that has happened in a Star Wars film to date. Like, to date, it is the coolest moment. And that's really all I need to say about this movie. This is Luke's movie. That's why he dies in it. It's his chapter of this story. Womp womp.
You did say, yeah, you're an old man, you're grumpy, you're force sensitive and powerful, you're going crazy, but they overdid it. They overdid it with him being the grumpy old man, throwing the lightsaber over his shoulder, living off of freaking space walrus milk. And it's like refusing to train Rey and refusing to admit that the Jedi are dying, and he's saying, good.
Yeah, because
they need to die.
He's blaming himself for Kylo Ren.
And it turns out that he almost killed
in his sleep, killed Ben Solo. Yeah, because he saw the evil in him. But he didn't do it. And then he's blaming himself for all his other Padawans that Ben Solo, when he became Kylo Ren, and the Knights of Ren came and killed them all.
So we do have an interesting story arc for Kylo Ren and Luke Skywalker in this movie alone. But let's talk about something that doesn't matter.
Okay.
The whole 30 to 40 minutes of Finn and Rose going to the casino to steal what was it?
I don't remember.
A compass or something?
I don't remember.
And they failed, and the entire thing didn't need to happen. There was no payoff at the end of whatever this chase scene was.
They just showed a planet that looked like a mix of Naboo and Las Vegas.
Yep.
Good job.
Yeah. What a waste of time. A horrible waste of time. And finally, when Luke trains Rey for a small amount of time, it seems like she all of a sudden is great. She's so good.
Yeah.
But who are you?
You're a nobody.
I don't know.
You're a nobody.
They revealed that she is a nobody, which is the biggest kick in the balls I've ever gotten in my life. Because I just sat through this 2-hour-long movie that, like, I'm at least hoping to find out who Rey is. We find out in the third movie that she is
gonna be a Skywalker.
Palpatine's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Okay. They should have revealed that in the second movie.
I agree.
I think it would have been a bigger dramatic ending setting up the next movie. But now we're in the next movie.
Yeah, The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Do you have that synopsis pulled up?
I sure do.
You sure do. This was the one I watched most recently. So I have more thoughts on this one. I had, again, not seen this one since it came out.
And this movie went back to J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, he took back over. There was like 5 different writers on this one, which makes sense when you watch the movie. Give us a synopsis before I interject like I did last time.
So when it's discovered that the evil Emperor Palpatine did not die at the hands of hands of Darth Vader. The rebels must race against the clock to find out his whereabouts. Finn and Poe lead the resistance to put a stop to the First Order's plans to form a new empire, while Rey anticipates her inevitable confrontation with Kylo Ren. Warning, some flashlight scenes in this film may affect photosensitive viewers. Thanks.
I'm glad that warning was in there. Yeah, so this movie basically forgot about the middle movie, right? The Rose shows up like 3 times in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
No one else from the one before shows up, like nothing that mattered in The Last Jedi really happens in this one.
Yeah.
But this movie, I wrote a review in Letterboxd, which for those of you who were asking, someone asked. I have a Letterboxd account now.
Nice.
I made one because I was like, if we're gonna be watching movies all summer, I might as well make one. So I reviewed Rise of Skywalker, and I just want to say that the beginning of this movie is a lot of exposition being fed between multiple characters in one-line increments. They just say what's going on right while you're watching it, and that's it. The opening scene though with Kylo Ren just cutting people down in the woods, sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then it feels downhill from there. There's a couple really awesome moments of this movie, but you let me give you some space here to talk.
No, it's okay. I'm listening.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you don't want to interject.
Mm.
But yeah, this movie to me, we see them like light speed skipping in the Millennium Falcon, and that is exactly how this movie feels. It's just nonstop, just jumping from plot point to plot point while they're doing their fetch quests. Unfortunately, Carrie Fisher passed away before this movie was shot. So they reused unused footage from the last 2 movies to fill her character in, and it's noticeable.
Yeah.
It's noticeable because it's like someone will have a conversation with Leia and she'll respond with, "Don't tell me what it is, just do it." And you're like, "What?"
Yeah.
Don't I trust you.
It really takes away from the scenes that she is in. And R.I.P. Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure there were other ways they could have done this.
Yeah, and I get like they probably had this planned out before she passed away. It makes sense. But I think she was supposed to be a huge part of this, and that's why she dies in the movie. Because A, Carrie Fisher passed away, but B, all the other characters are passing away in the movies, right? In the last 2. So it was time for her, I guess. And she was supposed to have a bigger part in this because of the arc we needed for Kylo Ren to basically put his helmet down and stop being stop his temper tantrum and come back home.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that most of the movie, like I said, is just jumping from plot point to plot point. There's a lot of just things that they need to show you so the ending makes sense.
Yeah.
Basically.
I agree. I think one, you said like nothing in the last movie like really matters in this movie. I think that Snoke, we didn't talk about Snoke.
Yeah, we didn't need to.
Does play a part in this movie because it's revealed that he is a clone and that he is a clone of Palpatine. And this is Palpatine's plan to keep tabs on Kylo and Rey, who he knew this entire time would be a big part of his plan.
Yeah.
For the last 30 years.
Yep. And then the kids, Kylo Rey.
The kids.
They learn how to basically FaceTime each other through the Force.
Yeah, the way they use the Force in this movie and the last, nonetheless, is crazy.
Yeah.
It's like
they're introducing things that we've never seen in movies.
Right. And they're FaceTiming through the Force. They are healing people.
Well, Rey heals a snake in a cave.
How does she know how to do that?
The script said so. But they just show you that, so when it happens later, it's less shocking.
Hey, you know when that would have been really great?
In the first one? Or when like Han Solo was dying?
How about when Qui-Gon Jinn was dying?
Yeah.
Because then probably none of this would be happening.
Yeah, because you know who she heals later? Kylo Ren, when she stabs him through the stomach, just like Qui-Gon. What? What? Anyways, so they learn that they're FaceTiming. They can actually teleport objects to each other somehow.
Mm-hmm.
They learn that,
but they did it so that they can
do it later. Yeah,
and you're like, yeah,
I remember when that happened
for sure.
Also, Rey learns that she can shoot lightning from her fingers.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, that part is pretty sick.
Or like when she backflips over the
and cuts the wing off Kylo Ren's TIE fighter. Yeah, it's kind of sick. Not gonna lie. This movie is beautiful to watch. Honestly, like there's a lot of great visuals, but they hop from planet to planet to do one little thing. They do the thing. They move to the next planet. Leia dies because she has to. They all just act like, yeah, we knew she was gonna. You know, like everyone's like, yeah, this is the last thing she's gonna do. Like, no one hinted that in the last two movies. It wasn't brought up until like the scene before she dies. And the lightsaber duel that Kylo Ren and Rey have on the broken Death Star that's in the ocean is one of the coolest lightsaber duels in the entire series.
But that is one of my problems, though, is that it's a great lightsaber fight.
But it doesn't mean anything.
But Rey doesn't. She just learned how to use a lightsaber.
Well, she was being trained by Leia because we find out later that Leia was trained by Luke.
But she just learned how to use it.
Yeah, in between the movies, though. Anyways, so yeah, Leia uses the Force to yell "ban." And it distracts Kylo Ren and he gets stabbed. And then Rey takes off to go find Palpatine. And then there's this huge, like, honestly, this planet they go to, I have it in my notes. I don't want to pull it out right now. This planet they go to where Palpatine's been hiding. First off, where did all these people come from that are operating all these Star Destroyers?
Right.
There's just thousands, probably millions of people that are hiding.
Did you see that the Razor Crest was in there too?
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
Oh, sorry.
Calm down.
Sorry.
Calm down.
Sorry.
So he's got this fleet of like thousands of Star Destroyers that have planet killing weapons on them. That's his thing. That's what he's trying to do, and he's trying to get Rey to be the new emperor. But also, his plan wasn't to kill her. It was for her to kill him. So his ghost, his being, can take over her body. Weird.
Creepy.
And then also Kylo Ren just goes, I'm not Kylo Ren anymore. I'm Ben Solo.
Yeah.
And he shows up. They teleport a lightsaber through the Force.
And he fights the Knights of Ren, which was very underwhelming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to see more of the Knights of Ren.
And then Palpatine throws him off a cliff and she does the X with the lightsabers and stops the lightning. And I don't know, dude, this whole movie was kind of a mess. And then the movie's over. Like Ben Solo dies and he disappears because apparently if you're good and you die, you disappear. But it didn't happen to Darth Vader or Anakin when he died.
But then Rey was touched by the past Force masters.
Yeah,
right?
so all the Jedi that we know of, right?
We got Obi-Wan, you got Ahsoka, you got
Yoda,
Anakin,
Mace Windu,
all the most powerful
hearing
Jedi.
Qui-Gon's voice though in there was sick.
Amazing.
Yeah, because you hear it a couple times. He says a couple things, but anyways.
So after that, she adopts the name of Skywalker.
Yeah, while she goes back to she goes to Tatooine to bury Luke and Leia's lightsabers.
For what purpose?
So the movie ends where A New Hope started. And then she just clicks on her lightsaber and it's yellow.
Yellow.
And that's where it ends.
You want to know how I think this whole thing could have been better?
Sure.
I think they should have leaned into Finn being the protagonist of this entire saga.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would have been way more interesting. A stormtrooper gets his redemption, becomes a Jedi, a new Jedi from a broken Jedi order.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds better already.
I have some theories as well. You ready for this?
Sure.
I like yours. I like where you're going with that. I would have also liked to see that, but I would have added some things. So Finn becomes the next head Jedi. Right? He's like the Jedi. But Kylo Ren has his redemption arc. He comes back to the light side, but Rey succumbs to the dark side. Because she's a Palpatine.
Right? We saw her clone, her Sith clone, and that was so freaking sick.
Yeah. But that would have been so much more of like a gut punch to this franchise. Like, oh, we've spent the last 2 movies and now Rey is gonna join the dark side because she finds out she's a Palpatine, and it all just kind of clicks. And then Ben Solo's like, whoa. That's messed up. And then Finn's like, who's been hinting to having the Force, like he knows when Rey's in trouble and he knows all these things. If he and Ben team up to try to take down the first female Sith Lord,
Darth Rey.
Darth Rey.
Yeah.
Dark Rey. But that would have been shocking in all the best ways, I think. Because I don't like Rey as a character.
But now we have this crazy Force love triangle of like, Finn, I have Force powers. No, you don't.
Yeah.
And then Rey, I'm good. I'm bad. I'm good. I'm bad. I'm good. I don't want to be bad, but I'm destined to be bad.
And now I'm just good.
And Kylo Ren is, I'm destined to be good, but I don't want to be good. No, but then I'm also not sure.
He's destined to be bad. That's what he thinks. Right? Kylo Ren.
He's destined to be... Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know.
I'm destined to be bad, but I'm actually kind of good because my parents are awesome, but my grandfather was Darth Vader.
So I got to get in the freaking family business.
I got to follow in the family business, all right?
Yeah, I don't want to be a smuggler or a general, but I'll be a bad guy. But yeah, I just think it would have been crazier to have Rey turn in the last movie.
Yeah.
And then now that they're planning 3 more movies... That's where you could have gone. But instead, Ben Solo is dead. Finn, what happened to him at the end of the movie?
He got a
hug. They got a group hug. Finn, Poe, and Rey. And then Rey goes off to Tatooine.
Yeah.
And that's it. The sequel trilogy just... It doesn't make sense.
It's all over the place.
It's all over the place.
They grabbed a bucket of paint and threw it at the wall.
And so that kind of looks like Darth Vader.
Yeah, this is what we're doing.
Yep.
So let's write down stuff and just put it in the movie.
Yeah.
What do you think is cool?
Oh, all this stuff over here.
Yeah.
Not that stuff. This stuff.
It's a big bowl of gumbo. Gumbo. That's what I meant.
You're tired today, huh?
Yeah. It's a big bowl of gumbo. Of the Force stuff.
Force potato salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jumbo.
Jumbo. It's a jumbo gumbo, dude.
It's a jumbo gumbo, dude. Come on.
So that being said, these movies, they have their moments. There's some really cool moments. There's really fun moments. But are they for us? Like, are they for Star Wars fans, or are they for trying to get new Star Wars fans? That's the question, right? Are they as bad as we think they are? Because this is the same kind of talk people had about episode 1, 2, and 3. And now we go back and we're like, no, they're actually not that bad.
They're great.
And episode 1's not.
I never talked shit about any of those movies.
But compared to 2 and 3, You know,
Sure.
Jar Jar Binks isn't for everyone.
Sure.
Porgs aren't for everyone.
Sure.
Poe's not for everyone.
Sure.
Han Solo's not for everyone.
Sure.
Ewoks definitely not for everyone.
Sure.
I like Ewoks. I think they're fun.
Sure.
But Star Wars isn't for everyone.
Sure.
They didn't make this for everyone, or they tried to make it for everyone.
Sure.
But making something for everyone, does that make it for no one?
Sure.
Are you just saying sure because you don't want to say anything? Or?
No, I think it's funny how many times you've said everyone, so I'm just saying sure.
Sure.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
I'm done.
Oh. And that is Bad Movie Summer this week for BJ in the Morning.
Talking about the sequel trilogy.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this episode or enjoyed us talking shit about movies that we didn't like,
Mm-hmm.
how about we talk crap about movies that you didn't like?
That's a good idea.
And you can definitely let us know in the comments
Mm-hmm.
or send us a message.
Mm-hmm.
And we may or may not watch the movie and do a Bad Movie Summer episode on it.
Yeah, maybe.
But thank you for listening to BJ in the Morning. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube at
BJ in the Morning Podcast.
And follow us at,
On Instagram.
Mm-hmm. And TikTok at
BJ in the Morning _
and subscribe, review, all the good stuff
Mm-hmm.
we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Thank you for listening to BJ in the Morning. I'm Juan.
And I'm Brendan.
And
We'll talk to you next time.